is an old sea captain. Never spoken to one of those before. Please welcome Ezekiel Craddock. Feel as if I should get closer to you.
Get as close as you like. I don't bite.
This feels about right.
Ahoy!
Ahoy! That is exactly the kind of thing an old man of the sea would say, is it not?
That is what I am, and that is what I said.
Does ahoy have any sort of a meaning to it, or is it just purely like aloha, where it's hello, goodbye?
It's certainly not goodbye.
Although, would it surprise you if someone were to ever say, ahoy? Would that be a surprising situation?
Are we saying in a theatrical circumstance?
In front of a lot of people like this.
I would be surprised.
You would? Okay. So, but ahoy, it just purely means hello then? Is that what?
It doesn't mean hello. That's a common misconception.
Oh, really? What does it mean?
Ahoy means look! Either look at that or look at me!
In a sense, doesn't hello mean that as well? Like, hello! Look at me!
That's the one.
Ezekiel,
What did you call me?
Ezekiel.
I'd prefer Captain Craddock.
Captain Craddock, I'm so sorry.
Man of the sea!
I didn't know whether you had
You
reached...
said so yourself from your own mouth.
Are all men of sea...
Were you...
captains?
Were you doing a pirate thing?
No, I was...
That is offensive.
I'm sorry. I was saying the word...
You tried to slip it past.
No, I was saying the word are. People can use that around you, can they not?
They can. It's valid.
Are all men of the sea captains, or are some of them admirals, etc.?
You go up higher?
Lower, there's probably privates swabbing the decks.
You want to say it, so say it.
I don't know.
You know you want to say it, so say it.
I don't know what you're...
There are various ranks. There's captains. There's bosuns. There's first mates. There's navigators. There's the fella up in the crow's nest.
He doesn't have a rank?
Nope. He's weird. Don't talk to him. If you ever see me standing next to the fella up in the crow's nest, it's a signal for help. Get me out of there. And there's, of course, also seamen. Are you happy?
Look, you were the one who said it. I didn't want to say it. It's not that kind of a show here, but...
But you forced me to say it.
You did say it. Thank you very much for saying it.
I knew you'd be pleased.
I am pleased. So, the fact that you're a captain, though, do you hope to advance to admiral?
No.
You're fine with captain.
I've got my own boat. This is as far as I go. For a man like me, that's all I ever dreamed of. Growing up in Bisbee, Arizona. Raised on queso and turquoise jewelry. One day dreaming of having different salt in my veins than that of stone ground tortilla chips.
Which part of Arizona did you say?
Bisbee, Arizona.
I was having trouble placing the dialect, but yeah.
This is a classic Bisbee accent.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble focusing on what you're saying with your appearance.
Yes, it's true. I have one eye one leg, and one arm. But that's looking at it optimistically.
Sure. True. But are you a relatively positive person like that? Is that...
I like to think so. All I do is go out there on the boat and I'm fishing with my men. We're catching fish, hauling them in, selling them in different towns, singing our sea shanties.
Like what?
Like what? I thought you might want to know. There's a song we wrote about Providence.
About Providence, Rhode Island? This
That's
town?
right, this town, this very town we're in.
I'd love to hear it. Can you sing a little bit of it?
Of course I can. I'm a sea captain.
Okay, all right.
Oh, Providence, Providence, the town that's named a lie. Providence is where I lost my first and only eye. Providence, Providence, that damn dirty town. Don't you tell me why the guys wear a frown. Absolutely worthy of applause.
You lost your eye here?
The fella in the song did.
Oh. Because I was going to say, the fella in the song is not you because he lost his one and only eye?
Yes, it was about a cyclops. It's an ancient Greek sea shanty.
Speaking of Cyclops, you ever read those X-Men comics?
No.
He's one of the leads.
One of the leads.
Yep. It's kind of an ensemble piece.
I see. We don't read a lot of comic books on the boat, Mr. Hawker.
Really? It seems like you would want to pass the time with things like that, but do you mainly just sing?
No, we read real books.
Those are thicker and they weigh more.
It's true. Why, just the other day I was out on the deck. Looking for... I'll save that story for another time. Give me 1 second. I was reading Eat, Pray, Love, but I was scanning the horizon for the fish that took my leg.
A fish took your leg?
A great mighty beast.
Like a Moby Dick-sized whale, or...?
It might have been... Here's the thing. And this is embarrassing as a sea captain to admit. I have a thing called fish blindness. Where I can tell you what color a fish is. That's about it. I can't tell you how big it is, how small it is.
Any of the
what
characteristics?
Type of fish? No. So when we're out there fishing and we get a big full net, I have to check with the men and say, did we do it?
So you're not even seeing amounts of fish?
I don't know if it's one big gigantic fish or a million little teeny fish.
You're named after a fish, are you not? The Craddock?
Maybe.
You also have, when you hear fish names, you have fish blindness.
I have fish deafness as well. Also a touch of fish sclerosis.
Can you smell fish?
Oh, sure. Don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst part of being a sea captain.
Yeah, all of the sea just smells like gross fish.
Not all of it. Sometimes it's nice. The salt spray and so forth. But
sure.
Boy, when you get those fish on the deck. Ooh. That's why a captain's best friend is scented candles. From the Yankee Candle Company.
So you're out there on the boat. You're eating, or reading rather. Eat, pray, love.
I'm eating, I'm praying, and I'm loving.
You have Yankee scented candles going on.
They're not Yankee scented candles.
I don't know. I don't buy these. What are they? Yankee candles?
They're not a set of candles. Scented by people of different regions.
So these candles are not scented by the Yankees.
They're not scented like the Yankees.
Okay. So no Derek Jeter scented.
Oh, you've said an audio word, haven't you?
Is he a baseball player?
It's the Yankee Candle Company.
I see.
And they make candles that smell like different things.
Like what? What's your favorite?
Oh, I love a jasmine candle. And I know I'm not alone.
Someone for everyone out there.
I love linen, clean linen. That's a good candle. Watermelon.
Are you able to take fruit out there on the boat? You're not, because it spoils. That's why so many seamen have scurvy.
They have scurvy from not eating the fruit. We're allowed to take as much as we want.
You're allowed. I'm saying it goes bad.
All food goes bad.
But humans...
Except honey! That's why on every sailing ship worth its salt, you'll find one of those little plastic bears.
Do you take vitamin C tablets, though, is what I'm getting at?
I don't do well with vitamins in my stomach. Maybe I take them on an empty stomach. You shouldn't do that, but...
Okay. How long are you out there on the sea?
Oh, it's a lonely life. When we're out there fishing, we'll be out there on the sea for upwards of 7 hours sometimes.
I see. So scurvy would not be a problem.
It shouldn't be. I mean, if it is, we're doing something wrong.
You're very wrong.
But the secret is, you got to know the right fishing spot. If you know the right fishing spot, you don't have to spend weeks at sea. Just go out there, get it all done.
So where do you mainly fish? You're from Arizona.
You think I'll tell you?
Okay, I was sort of trying to get to where this spot is. But which coast? East, west?
I can grant you it's on the East Coast.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers. Shout out to the East Coast.
But not New York.
No, not New York. Boo. Name another one we can boo.
Maine?
Boo. Oh, divided.
Someone had a story about Maine they wanted to tell us.
Is that what they said?
There was a lot of... So tell me about this fish. I know you can't describe the fish.
Wish I could.
Nor its attributes, nor even tell us what type of fish it is. But
I'll tell you the story.
Tell us the tale.
Of how I lost my leg.
It sounded like you had background music.
Yes, that was scary. I thought an ice cream truck was going to drive onto the stage. Well, it was the summer of 2002.
So we're in the post-haze of 9/11.
Thanks.
People are still dealing with the psychological effects. Continue.
That's right.
But some people had gotten on with their lives.
Lucky people, yes. Who were not affected by one of the worst tragedies ever visited upon mankind.
Sure. And now we've set the table. Continue.
I was out with my mates on the boat. We were fishing for a legendary fish, a white fish of some size. Suddenly our ship was rammed Nearly went over. Put a hole in the hull. We were taking on water and sinking fast. My first mate, he was eaten by this fish. So, must have been either a decent-sized fish
or a small
or
first mate.
Small. He wasn't the biggest guy, but...
Do you have first mate blindness as well?
No, I don't. No. This is a friend of mine got eaten by a fish.
I'm sorry.
I was in the post, my best friend got eaten. Phase of 2002.
So compounded with 9/11,
Please.
this was a bad 11-month period.
I saw him go down the maw of this beast. One hand raised out to me. Save me, Zeke, save me, he cried. And I said to him, I'm not sure what's going on here. Are you swimming? Then he disappeared, and all I saw was that thing. Well, I reached for a harpoon, and I jabbed at him. I did not have my feet planted. I was off balance. Went right over. Bit my leg off.
Did you strike anything with the harpoon?
My arm.
Is that how you lost your arm?
I didn't want to... I like to tell that as a separate story.
I think it's part of the same story.
Anyway,
that's a huge part of it.
well... I don't like to talk about the arm that much because I have a peg arm, as you see.
Yeah, of course.
I never got any attachments.
Did you take off the entire arm with just a harpoon? Did you, like, snap it off with your own hand, your own
It was
strength?
a comedy of errors. Here's what happened. Harpoon goes in. I think, who did this? I start screaming at the men. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm trying to work it out. They're trying to help me. I'm brushing them off. Everybody's making it worse, myself included. By the time I got the harpoon out, my arm was just dangling by a thread.
A thread of veins, of skin, of...
Would it help you to know the specifics?
The picture is so gruesome in my mind.
You want to make it more gruesome?
Yeah.
It was a thread of bone.
It's not really thread-like.
It had been shaved down to a mere thread of bone.
So you're on this. This is pre-tumbling over.
This is all happening at the same time.
Is that you're tumbling over while this is happening?
Yes.
So how is this working?
I'm telling you, this was a real too many cooks situation.
You stab your own arm.
No, I've already begun my tumble.
Okay, you're tumbling.
Yes.
You stab your own arm.
No, here's what happens.
You say, thanks a lot, guys.
Here's what happens. Best friend, dead.
Best friend dead. Before that,
grab harpoon.
2 towers.
This is why I didn't want to go first. Best friend dead. Grab harpoon. Said something pithy at the fish like, you earned this. I begin my downward stroke of the harpoon. Begin the launch. Realize my feet aren't planted. Start tumbling over. Ow! I come at it with the harpoon from behind my arm.
Really?
So the point is now pointed at me.
So it's sticking out this way? How? Use it.
Harpoon. Okay. I'm gonna get you.
And then still, thanks a lot, guys.
Who did this?
Who did this?
The first thing.
This is a long tumble. This is like a Warner Brothers cartoon.
Well, that's rude.
I know, it's your life. I know it's your life. But it still is like, were you caught up on something? Was it a lot of flailing about? And
At the time, I was caught up on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I'd started watching on DVD after some friends raved about it.
What'd you think?
It was fun. It's a fun show. It's a fun show.
Do you have a VCR on the boat?
Yes. We have our own VCR, video cassette recorder.
A VC what?
Recorder.
What's the initial, though?
Why are you doing this?
It's just fun to hear a man of the sea say that word, or that letter.
Let's move on.
So, you tumble off into the drink.
Yes.
Right into the maw of the fish?
Leg first.
Leg first. Leg first.
Do you not understand tumbling?
Usually, when I think of tumbling, I think of tumblers who are usually going head over feet. But you went over, stabbed yourself.
I never said I did that. I don't know what that motion was, but I never included that.
So you went feet first into the...
If I'm going forward over the boat,
Yes.
wouldn't you think there's a possibility that I would then go completely...
That's how I would do it. I'd go head first.
You would go head first if you were tumbling over the side?
Probably. How high is your boat?
The boat's high. What do you think, it's a rowboat? It's high enough that a man can tumble completely.
So you're going 360 several times.
Yeah, not several times. One and a half. What do you want? It only takes one to be a tumble.
That's what they always say. So 1.5 times, you go legs first into the maw of this giant fish, whatever it is, a white fish,
presumably
perhaps?
giant fish.
One leg in, one leg out? Are you
One leg in, one leg out.
Splitting the diff?
If I've told you one leg went in there, why would you then ask me if that was not the case?
You seem to be upset.
Well, your fact-checking wearies me. Because it's immaterial
It's
to the
not
story.
fact-checking. I'm trying to get a mental picture here.
So if I say, my leg went in, what's your mental picture? Now, keep in mind, I have one leg, as you can see. When this story takes place, I have two. So when I say, my leg went into the fish's mouth, what are you picturing?
I'm picturing a man holding a harpoon with an arm on it. Were you still holding it at this point?
At this point, I'd let go of the harpoon.
You'd let go. Okay. So initially I had pictured a man falling face first into the drink, but you corrected me on that. Thank you very much.
Yes, it only took an hour.
So now I'm thinking you're either going with one leg outstretched and another one back, or you're going both legs and you miss and you get one leg into that fish's mouth.
I miss what? Did you think I was trying to jump into the fish's mouth?
The fish misses you then. Do you think the fish was aiming for you?
I think that fish got lucky.
It's all happenstance. We got lucky. Wow.
Until tonight. My luck has run out.
So what happens then? Go ahead, tell your tale.
Well, then the fish swims away. My mates hauled me back on the boat. They cauterized the wound. Everyone was smoking. It was a sloppy cauterization, but it got the job done.
2 wounds, I would imagine, at this point.
They didn't do anything about the arm, which was...
Really?
I wasn't pleased.
So you're just bleeding out from the arm.
Yes.
Did they put a tourniquet on, or...?
No, they did not.
Nothing. Were you... Someone imagining that. Ouch!
I admit I was being a bit fussy about the arm. And they tried to put a tourniquet on it, and I said, no, you've done enough.
You were sort of blaming them for
In retrospect, of course, it was all my doing. They were only trying to help. But that was me then. I was always striking outward. You know, I didn't want to see the things I was doing wrong. I wanted to make it somebody else's fault instead.
But that's not you now.
You learn a lot on the sea.
Oh. How far away from shore were you at this point?
75 feet. This was in full view of a bunch of bathers.
Was there like a marina there?
Oh, absolutely. Beautiful marina there. Beautiful.
Was anyone videotaping this, or?
Many, many people. So, if you have any questions, I'd refer you to YouTube. Any more questions about physics?
And just for the people who happen to be listening to this instead of actually seeing it, the arm and the leg are on the same side or 2 different sides?
They're on opposite sides.
Opposite sides. So you sort of look like an X that's been made of 2 different things.
I'm yearning for 9/11 talk.
Let's get into it.
I've lost my left leg, my right arm, and my left eye.
R.I.P. Around the same time. Left eye. So that's sort of affecting you as well, I would imagine.
She was on my mind, yes.
She was. Did you have a video of TLC videos there?
Yes, we did. We had TLC, we had En Vogue, we had that one D'Angelo video. You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh, sure. Do you have the Destiny's Child video where they sing exclusively about Charlie's Angels?
Yes. What about independent women?
Yeah. But yet they slip Charlie's Angels in there.
Yeah.
To a great degree.
Charlie, how your angels fly like that?
How your angels get down like that, Charlie?
It seems strange that in a song about independent women, they name check the boss.
And give him all the credit.
They call him his angels.
And they're like, Charlie, you've done it again.
All credit goes to the man.
Well, this is and the eye.
Oh, how did I lose that? That was that when? No, that's the arm.
Were you thinking of the same accident?
I was thinking of the same accident. I was like, no, that was the arm. I think I just flat out lost it.
Yeah.
I think I just misplaced my eye.
How long did it take you to realize that it was gone?
Probably a day.
And you had traveled too far?
To go back.
To go back and look for it?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Did it happen on the sea, do you think? Or you don't know? You lost it?
I think it probably happened on the sea, but once you lose something on the sea, forget it.
Yeah.
You'll never see it again.
Like hats, I'm sure it must go blowing off
So
all the
many
time.
hats.
Yeah.
That's a big expense on the sea is hats.
Do you have a hat closet down below?
Yes, we have many stores of hats. You can bring as much food as you want and as many hats as you can carry.
For that 7-hour trip.
7 hours is a full work day. That's
Sure. No, of course.
You're acting like it's nothing.
Do you take time for lunch, or do you?
Yeah, we take lunch, of course.
Standard hour, or?
It depends. Sometimes we have a working lunch.
Sure.
Where everyone's eating a sandwich and also holding a net. And of course, everyone is smoking all the time.
All the time. So you're still out there on the sea? You still love it, even though you're a little incapacitated?
I still love it. I'll never leave the sea. I'll never leave it. It's my mistress. It's my wife.
It's my
wait, hold on a second. My life, my love, and my lady.
Are the sea.
Yes. I forgot. There's a handy song.
Sure.
If you ever forget.
Yes.
But also, speaking of love, I do hope to find love.
You do, really? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't want to presume that you were a bachelor, but you spend a lot of time out there on the sea.
Yes, in paradise. And I'll tell you a secret. My heart belongs to one that I saw in the sea.
No, really?
A mermaid.
A mermaid?
Yes.
You saw a mermaid out on the sea?
I saw a mermaid. She's beautiful. She was big, lumpy body. Some whiskers. Bald head. Beautiful, beautiful tail. Little fat flippers. Gorgeous classic mermaid.
Any gills on the side of the...
No gills.
No gills.
No, it's a mermaid.
Mermaid, of course, yeah. Are you sure that I have two questions. Are you sure, first of all, you didn't just see a fish?
Well, I have fish blindness, so I could not have been so descriptive of this thing that I saw.
Okay.
A beautiful tan mermaid. Just big, fat, lumpy body and the stubby flippers.
Could it be... Okay, I see where, yes. Have you ever heard of a seal?
I know what a seal is. I know what a seal is. I know what a sea lion is.
Sure. Have you ever seen one?
Of course I've seen them. This was no seal and no sea lion.
Really?
It was a gorgeous mermaid. Big, fat, lumpy body and the stubby flippers and the whiskers.
Big
and the tail.
whiskers, bald.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What was your encounter like with this creature?
Well, I was out on the deck and I was listening to the audiobook of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I heard a beautiful cry. What's that? I said. The song of the mermaid? I looked over the railing, and there I saw a beautiful mermaid, like something out of mythology, for she truly was. Our eyes met, and I said, "You're beautiful." And she said,
Do mermaids have a different language, or?
It sounds like it to me. I mean, can you translate that?
Sounds like she was into you.
I hope so. I've been looking for her ever since.
And never seen or caught another glimpse, or?
No, I never have. Just a bunch of fucking seals and sea lions.
In the same spot?
In similar spots. And for a second I think, is that a mermaid? Oh no, it's just a seal. Why would I ever think that looked like a mermaid?
But that one day in particular.
Oh, that one day when I saw that mermaid. Beautiful, tan, lumpy, fat body.
Is that your type?
I didn't think it was until I saw this mermaid.
So
I was in love.
If you were to see someone or something with a beautiful, tan, lumpy body.
And stubby little flippers.
Sure. Bald head,
whiskers.
Whiskers, would you possibly... that might spur something in you?
Is there a tail involved?
Definitely a tail. Is that what you like about it, the tail? Is that like primarily what you're attracted to?
It's a mermaid. I like the whole package.
Of course. Because those seals and those sea lions of which you speak, they have a lot of similar attributes.
Well, they have a tail, yes. And they swim in the sea. But how could you mistake a sea lion or a seal for a mermaid. That's absurd.
What are some of the other characteristics that a seal or a sea lion have?
They're kind of like tubby with like little flippers, and they have whiskers and stuff, and very smooth.
Big, fat, lumpy bodies?
I wouldn't say lumpy. I'd say big fat body, sure. But this mermaid that I saw, I think someone knows what I'm talking about.
Is this a specific...
It's a mermaid. It's very specific. Do you doubt my story?
I know something happened to you, and I know you feel the way you feel about it.
This to me sounds like jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
But that's a tale for a different time. Well, Ezekiel, you're a fascinating person. You are truly an interesting person. And do you have any hopes for the future? Anything other than seeing this running into this mermaid again?
That's number one. Absolutely. Number one with a bullet is running into that mermaid again.
Sure.
Number two, I hope that Fleetwood Mac can patch things up. It's just not the same.
I mean, Neil Finn and Mike Campbell
He's
are good.
Terrific. They're terrific, but it's just not
two guys
the
to
same.
do the job of one Lindsey Buckingham.
It tells you something, doesn't it?
Yeah, doesn't it really? Yeah.
If you could hear me, Fleetwood Mac, listen to my words. Life goes by in but an instant. You should be making music together. Music to rival that of the mermaid.
Captain Craddock, everyone! All right, we need to get to our next guest. She,
A mermaid?
well, she is a singer.
Keep going.
I believe has human legs, although I don't know that I've ever
Pass.
looked. Okay. She also happens to be a songwriter. She's written at least one very famous song. If you will, please welcome to the show Regina Crimp.
Coast to coast to make you smile. A real right look that gives you to capture all that style. You're the red, white, and blue. The fun that things you do. America, America, this is you. Oh yeah, oh yeah, baby, oh yeah, baby. I'm here, but I don't have human legs, baby.
You don't?
No, I don't. I got dog's legs under these pants. A little Dalmatian will do ya.
A little Dalmatian will do you. Do you have spots on your legs?
What does a Dalmatian look like, dumbass?
All right.
You want me to take off my pants?
I mean, I wasn't going to ask, but if you're offering.
All right. Here I go.
No, please.
Okay, I'll stop.
Regina, for those of the people here in the audience who haven't heard your work before,
I wrote a very famous song.
we heard it when you came out.
You heard a bastardized version.
That was not you.
No, it wasn't. They'd done a cover of my song. It goes a little something like this.
Stand up, please. Stand up.
Okay. But that's the last time I let you boss me around. Scooty. We've got...
Wow. An all-time world record.
I thought I would get a little...
Thought you'd get one of the words out.
I thought I'd get a little deeper that time.
But no, it still brings me to tears.
Yeah. You are, of course, the writer and singer of the America's Funniest Home Videos theme song.
Sir, yes.
It seems like you want to be bossed around.
Sir, yes, sir. Yeah, I want to be bossed around.
You wrote that several decades ago.
I wrote it several decades ago. The decade was 1985.
Great decade.
It was a great decade. A little bit before 9/11. I hear that's your favorite subject. You think it's fun to talk about.
No.
You get a little thrill. No,
So-
we won't go there.
1985.
1900. Are you Alex Trebek? Yes, the year was 1985. I was living in a van up by a river.
Very different.
Very different. And I was on hard times, so I decided to write a hit song.
I didn't realize that was the process.
Well, you're laying there and you're on your mattress that you found, and you're thinking, how do I change my circumstances? And suddenly it hits you, write a hit song. And I did that, and it's done, and I did it. But the residuals stopped flowing, Scott.
No, really?
They did.
Isn't the show still on the air?
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Do they not play the song any longer?
They play it.
Okay. Was there a time limit on the residuals?
Exactly.
Oh.
They didn't think the show would go on for 30 plus years.
So they said, we'll pay you
30 years.
30 years and then it stopped, really? And you accepted that deal?
I thought, yeah, how could it possibly go past this? Videos of funny things? We'll have YouTube by then.
Speaking of YouTube, was your video ever on America's Funniest Home Videos?
Submitted, never accepted.
Oh, I do still have a connect there if you want to get on. You can win 10 grand. We could split it. This could be a really good plan. Wait, why don't we come up with a funny video right now?
Sure. Well,
Stand up and I'll kick you in the balls.
Sounds good.
It kills every time. Well, if there's a kid here, we'll get him to do it. Then we'll really win.
yeah. How many $10,000 winners are ball related?
Do you mean testicles?
You're the one who said balls in the first place.
Well, when you said ball by itself, I pictured basket, base,
Foot.
foot,
Tennis.
bouncing, tennis, ping pong. Hold on, I'm not done. Wiffle.
Times Square, New Year's Eve.
Thank you. Marble. It's a ball. Show me a sphere that's not a ball, and I'll show you my dog ass. Come on, please, let me show you.
It's not just the legs.
It goes up to the ass, babe. And there's no tail. Got that snipped for the shows.
We only hear your voice on the shows.
For the dog contests I do.
Oh. You're entering dog contests?
Yes, but I make them sign a thing where they only film me from here down. And then
So that's your one condition, and you make them sign a thing.
yeah.
And they're happy to do it.
I'm the owner and the contestant. Fewer fees that way.
So wait, when people enter dog shows, they enter an owner fee and a dog fee?
The walker has a fee and the dog has a fee. Do you remember when Charlotte's dog got its period on the floor of the dog show? I've had that happen.
Ooh.
As a man of the sea, I didn't realize that dogs got periods until
Yes.
just now.
Well, how else do you think it works? All mammals get a period.
I didn't realize. I never thought about it, really. Another thing I learned recently was that dogs have baby teeth, which I didn't know and is weird.
And they fall out. Have your baby teeth fallen out, Scott? I know you were worried about that.
Not yet.
You
I'll
have
get
all
there.
those teeny little teeth. We could all go around and wiggle one tonight.
Every single person here?
Every person here. I'm sure it'd be bound to fall out.
Now, if you're grown-up teeth, they're waiting in your skull until it's time to appear.
I love this.
Why do we have to go through the baby teeth phase? Why can't we just start with the full... Why can't the regular teeth, the permanent teeth, come in slowly, very slowly?
I feel like we're mid-evolution at this point. You know, like we haven't gotten to where
I think I'm the next step. It goes monkey, kind of a monkey, caveman, guy, woman with dog legs. Why don't they show women on that thing? I want to see how tits evolved.
So it would start off with like monkey with flat...
Monkey tits, hotter tits. Monkey tits in a bra.
And then...
Lady with dog legs. Are you more attracted to human tits or monkey tits? Now be honest.
It's a little from column A, a little from column B.
One monkey tit, one human tit.
Yep. Best of both worlds.
One that smells like shit and one that makes milk. Sweet, sweet milk for you to suck out of.
Regina, please.
No! So I'm in a bit of a pickle right now financially, and
Yeah. I have an idea.
This took a hard left turn.
well, I'm here for a reason.
I have a suggestion.
You do?
Write a hit song.
Well, that's what I just thought of.
Oh.
It's like we had a jinx moment. The jinx. I murdered all those people. When you have the jinx moment, it's when two people confess a murder.
At the same time.
Yes.
And they say, what did I do?
I killed
Murdered them all, of
yes,
course.
Yes, of course I did. And then you buy each other a Coke. But yeah, I should write a hit song. Now, one of the things that's really hard for me right now is that TV's kind of pulled back on the theme song.
Yeah.
They want to just get to the point. They rush through those credits while the actors are talking. I need to write something that can go really fast and be put at the front of a show. What's a show you love that doesn't have a theme song?
The news.
I got it right now, baby.
You got it. Really, it's come to you. You're that fast.
That's how fast I am.
Wow. Okay. Do you mind singing it?
Of course I don't mind. It's my job and passion. You want me to stand, Daddy? We've got news from coast to coast to make you cry. I can't go on.
That's it.
It's too painful. I can't do it.
What's painful about it? Everything that happens on the news? Yeah.
Murders, crime sprees, the politics. I'm so sad at how they're making our president look like an asshole.
Oh. That's a bit about you I did not know.
Born in the USA.
Doing the Springsteen dance.
You're doing the Dancing in the Dark 2 Born in the USA.
Right.
What, you don't like our president? He's handsome. He's well-spoken. He's rich as a dick. And he loves the one place I can't go anymore.
Where's that?
McDonald's.
Why can't you go to McDonald's? Have you ever told us about that?
No, I haven't. I had a bit of a relationship with Ronald. But I'm starting to think it was similar to your mermaid situation.
Oh,
I can't find him. I think he ghosted me.
Do you ever see a statue of him and think, oh, there he is, and then it turns out it's just a statue?
You bet. The amount of statues I've fucked. He's a stoic lover, so it makes sense for the first 20 minutes. And then after I come, he usually says something, and at that point, he didn't.
What does he usually say?
He says, I didn't know a dog could do that. He's sick. He's not well. He dresses like a clown every day. What can I say? But I'm not right in the head either. You gotta find your match where you can get it.
That's
and
true.
He's a billionaire in burgers. You know, his deal was bad too. They pay him in burgers. But they don't rot, babe. They don't rot. You can put a McDonald's burger on your shelf for 5 years, it looks exactly the same.
Isn't he vulnerable to a hamburglary?
Don't get me started. That motherfucker ruined my life.
The Hamburglar, really.
Yes,
the ham
Hamburglar.
breaking and entering.
Who's
Yes,
this?
the Hamburglar.
Who's that?
You don't know who
You
that
don't know
is?
who the Hamburglar is?
No.
But you just mentioned him, so...
Well,
I
he's
mentioned the crime of hamburglary.
Wow.
I didn't realize there was someone who was calling himself the Hamburglar.
Yes, there is, and his head is bigger than all of ours combined.
That's terrible news.
He could eat burgers faster than you can even make them. And I know you can make them fast.
I do.
How do you know this about him? Is this part of...
Well, I read your book.
I didn't want to bring up the book.
Is that why you're here? Go on, plug your book.
I wrote a book called Avast There Burgers, a captain's guide to flipping the perfect hamburger.
Scott, it's perfect for you because it's only 5 pages. Your ADD will be right on track.
And it's mostly pictures.
So is it just like a picture of a hand holding a spatula and then...
That's page 1. You've read it?
Why don't you guess what's on page 2?
A hand turning counterclockwise?
That's where you're wrong. It's actually a fist, and it's not holding anything. And it says, guess what's inside? And then you turn the page.
Turn the page, sure.
And then what do you think happens?
The fist opens?
No. Then it's a close-up of the burger in the pan.
So there's like a ticking clock with that burger in our mind.
Well, if you want to do it quickly, yes.
Right, yeah.
And if you're nervous like you, so stressed all the time, when you read a book, you're thinking, we gotta flip that burger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, on the opposite page, because we just flipped it,
What do you think it is?
I would think you'd go, pure just storytelling, you would go back to the hand.
Nope, it's a foot.
A foot.
But
a
it
foot.
says this is what was inside the fist.
You don't know how big the foot is on
Or
the page.
the hand, to be
Or
honest.
the hand. You don't know the scale of anything.
So you don't know if it was a giant hand or a baby's foot.
You could tell it's not a baby's.
It looks like a full-grown foot.
It's got hair,
It has hair on the what? Not knuckles, but what do you call those?
toes.
Toe knuckles?
No, we don't call them that where I'm from. We call them toe elbows. Toebos.
Tobos.
I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
That's a triggering memory for me, in fact.
Oh no, what happened to you? I'm sorry, I don't want to
You
get
really
in.
want me to say?
Yeah, I kind of do.
First of all, I miss my human legs.
So it was an exchange. You weren't born with these
Yes, it
dog
was an
legs.
exchange with a sea witch.
Really? What did this sea witch look like?
She was purple, pretty big, lumpy, had whiskers, tentacles,
Tentacles. Okay.
mermaid fins, but 8 of them. Is that a tentacle? I didn't go to regular school.
Where did you go to school?
I went to street school, babe. I was taught by all the men in my neighborhood. Everything you want to know about how to be an adult. And boy, was it fucked up. I know what you're thinking. Don't say any of it. Well, I can't help it. I'm going to. They taught me to gamble, sure. But they taught me to do it with my mother's life.
Did you say they taught me to gamble or a dog ate a camel?
Which one's better? A dog ate a camel? Would you believe it if a dog did? And if a dog ate a camel, does it have a hump? That's a riddle for you.
Does the dog have a hump if it eats a camel?
If it eats a camel, gulp.
Does it gain the hump?
This is the classic riddle. If a dog eats a camel, does it have a hump? Of course the camel has a hump.
The camel was a
Oh,
woman.
it's one of those. Okay.
All camels are women.
Well, did you go to a Ivy League school, Mr. Ackerman?
I did not. I went to the Ivy League of the West Coast. Cypress Community College. in
I
an
thought it was
hamburger school.
In-N-Out College. Yeah, that's a hamburger store.
Hamburger store. That's what we call it out there, a hamburger store.
Yeah.
So what is the final page?
Oh, the final page. We didn't get there.
You flip it.
The final page. Congratulations.
Now you graduated from the book. That's what it says.
So it goes from hand holding a spatula to
Fist holding nothing.
but
Well,
saying there's something inside
guess
the
what's
fist.
inside?
Guess what's inside? Turn the page.
Close up of the burger.
The burger sizzling.
Of course, sizzling.
Well, it doesn't have sizzle lines drawn on it, but you can infer that it's sizzling.
Yes, and you should.
And you should, because it is.
Then close up on a foot. We don't know what size it is.
That's right.
Flip the page. Congratulations.
And that's your book that you wrote. It makes so much sense.
How well did it do?
It did very well. It did very well.
Do you know exact numbers on how much you sold?
Well, it was a vanity press, so I had to put up the money myself to publish it.
How much did it cost, if you don't mind me asking?
$500,000.
Where did you get
It's a
$500,000?
gorgeous book.
It's stunning. And they give it out for free.
That seems like a bad business model.
Well, it's a pay what you want.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got mine for free.
Nobody wanted to pay.
Right.
Yeah.
How many copies did you get for $500,000?
What was it? $1 trillion.
Wait. I have to stop you. You had at one point $500,000. Do you have that kind of money now?
I don't. It was a bargain with a sea witch, and I should have seen it coming.
You met the same lady?
Well, let's see. She was big, purple,
Yes.
tentacles,
Got it.
fins, but a lot of them, so I think those were more tentacles.
Uh-huh.
And great singing voice.
Yep.
She's a lot of fun.
She sounds like Ariel. Do you know her? From
Ariel?
your time at sea.
I've seen pictures of Ariel the mermaid. Weird drawings. I don't get it. That's not what a mermaid looks like.
Well, I gave up everything I had to that sea witch for these dog legs.
Why did you want them in the first place?
Well, I thought it'd be cute. I thought it'd be interesting. You know, men like it when a woman gets smaller in their presence. And I thought, how about physically? I'll go from a big top half to the littlest bottom half you could have.
And has that worked? I mean, have men responded to this, or?
That one, my lover, the clown.
Who thought you were an actual dog?
No, he just thought I had a dog pussy. What don't you follow? He was surprised I could have an orgasm like that. That's what I said.
So he knew you were half human, half dog.
He could see my head. Do I not look like a human? Do I have a dog's head? Tell me now.
You did. Regina, no, you have a wonderfully lovely human head.
Thank you.
I just, the thing that he said afterwards, I didn't know a dog could do that. I misunderstood. I thought he presumed you were a dog.
Well,
He just
I'm glad I was able to come back to it and explain it deeply. Picture it.
okay.
Do you think it's bestiality if my top half is a person?
Well, I mean, this is a question for you as well. You're into the mermaids. The bottom half is bestiality and party up on top.
You're talking about the love of my life. This is very rude.
I beg your pardon,
But I see myself that way, and I sound similar to your lover.
There are some similarities, it's true.
So you think how do you classify a man who wants to have sex with me? I'm not offended either way. Everyone has a kink. Babe, you gotta be open-minded, babe.
Would you like to have sex with her?
I'm not offering.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood the
That was
situation.
very clear.
I
You
misread the
sicko.
situation here.
I don't think it's bestiality because she has a human head, so she can give consent. The problem with animals is that they can't give consent. That's what makes it bestiality.
I see.
Someone out there's fucked a half animal. She said she wanted it, babe.
And proud of it.
Yeah.
So if animals could give consent, it would be cool.
Yeah.
This is why it's okay to fuck parrots.
Yeah. It gets tricky though, because they say what you want them to say. You know, I could get a parrot to say anything, and I have.
But they often say things that you've taught them to say when you don't want them to say it.
True.
So a parrot could say no.
And
Right.
you don't want that.
But you have to take their word for it.
That's their mind at work.
That's their mind at work.
You guys have very similar mind waves.
We have what?
You're on the same wavelength, I guess is what I mean to say.
We're weirdos. We have the same mind waves.
So you're down on your luck. You want to write a song. You just wrote a song for the news, but you could only get 3 words in.
I bet I could do better if I tried again.
Okay. Do you want it to be about the same,
It could be a different show.
a different show? What? I'm trying to think of a show that doesn't have a theme song. Does Orange is the New Black?
It does.
It famously
does.
does, yeah.
and
Oh,
it's
it does.
long and good.
It's a full song.
Okay, let's see. The Affair? No,
That's
Fiona.
got a theme song, and
Fiona
that's a
Apple
good
does
one,
that
too.
one.
I was screaming into the
It's the
canyon
time
at the moment of my death. Echo that I created
outlasted
with
my last
breath.
I knew it at one point.
I did too.
Oh, when it comes back, we'll know it again.
It's a beautiful old show.
August 25th, that show returns. And I am waiting.
Are you here plugging The Affair?
I can't wait. I'm going to go to a TV store and watch from the outside.
Also, Penny Dreadful, now streaming on Netflix. If you've never seen it, it's a good time to get into the gothic horror of Penny Dreadful. Any shows you'd like to plug?
You like Mindhunter?
Well, the thing about Mindhunter is most cops hunt for criminals.
Uh-huh.
These cops hunt for minds.
Wow. That does set it apart from Cops.
Cops has a theme song.
It does.
Mindhunter has a theme song.
Mindhunter has a theme
So
song.
what? So everything has a theme song?
I'm trying to think of another show that doesn't have a theme song. Anyone have one out there? Anyone?
Everyone screamed Lost?
Did you all check with each other before this?
I feel sick and thrown off.
I think they were thinking of it from the first time the question was asked.
Yeah, they all together.
And they couldn't get it out of their minds.
They were sharing the same mind waves. Well, I could do a theme song for Lost. I've seen every episode.
Stand.
Okay. We got lost from coast to coast. I'm still going. Our airplane, hold on, airplane, hold on. Our airplane crashed. You would have thought we died, but we didn't die. Or did we maybe die? You'll find out in the end. We'll see all our friends In purgatory, that's where we've been. I guess we weren't lost. Thank you. Thank you.
Most theme songs don't spoil the last episode.
Maybe that's why they stopped doing them.
I wrote a theme song for Mindhunter. Would you like to hear it?
We'd love to hear it, please. Please.
Stand.
Mindhunter, hunting for some minds. Every mind he finds, disease. Any defiler is no smiler when this profiler is near. Mindhunter, this will be your year. Mindhunter.
Wow.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
Well, you're giving me a run for my money.
I would love to...
I didn't mention either of the coasts.
I would love to see the title sequence with all the close-ups of the tape recorder and the
I would
and
too.
the bodies set to that.
I would too.
I would love to see that.
I would too.
I would love that.
Maybe it's findable somewhere.
I would love that. Oh, I'd love that so much.
All right, okay, you're okay. All right. Okay.
I need that. I really need that, Scott.
Okay.
Can somebody do it? Please. I'd love that.
Okay, all right.
I'd really love it.
Did the Sea Witch give you a lot of pot as well? Or?
Pot? No. Can't smoke that stuff.
Oh, really?
I can only smoke crack cocaine.
That's right. You wasted a lot of your residual money.
On crack. Crack is back, baby.
Did it ever leave?
It didn't ever leave, if you're really paying attention. I love that sweet, sweet, ripey juice. I want some tinfoil. I chew on tinfoil for fun.
Do you?
Makes my teeth scream. What drugs do you do? Pills included?
Pill? I don't want to get into my whole pill regimen
Come
necessarily.
on, list them. One at a time, in size order.
Size order. I think the D is small. Yeah. I can't do
The D is small, so you take Viagra? You're laying in bed with your wife and you go, ooh, the D is small. I better fix this. Where's my blue? Why'd you pop your finger in her asshole?
All right, Regina Crimp, everyone.
Well...